Peace and divine blessings. Kings, queens, gods, and goddesses alike. I affirm that my voice will speak to the heart of not everyone, just someone. I'm not looking for thousands of followers. I'm not looking for thousands of likes. I'm talking to the person, one person, that will like my message and perhaps resonate with it. My name is Essa, and I want to welcome you to my channel, Sacred Wounds. Now, this channel was born out of something very personal for me. Wounds that gave me and uplifted me and empowered me. Some were quiet and some were very loud. However, all of them were sacred because they shaped me and healed me in profound ways. And as a result, I discovered something very powerful. Here on this channel, I want to talk about emotional healing, trauma recovery, spiritual awakening. I want to go deep. I want to share my personal stories. I want to be transparent and authentic. I want us to explore some meditations, conversations that remind us that we're not broken, that we are becoming. We will explore meditations, real conversations. If you're someone who's been carrying pain, and by the way, the acronyms for pain, PAIN, is pay attention inside now. If you feel stuck or quietly searching meaning in your wounds, this space is for you. Each week, I'll be sharing a video, perhaps a meditation or healing technique or some type of spiritual insight. And eventually I'll build up to do some interviews with others that have turned their life around by using their pain. So if that speaks to you, subscribe, hit the bell, join the journey. Now today I want to talk about something, a quote that changed my life. And this quote is by Rumi. The quote is, "The wound is where the light enters you." Now, at first I didn't understand that the wound is where the light enters you. How could something so painful, so shameful, be sacred? I couldn't comprehend that at the time. But over time, I realized pain isn't the end of the story, it's the doorway to the story. Let me share a little bit about my life, about me, the person that's in front of you. I was addicted to marijuana at an early age. I used that to cope with my emotions. I used that as a coping mechanism. I was addicted to sex at an early age. I used that to cope. It was a coping mechanism. I started drinking alcohol at an early age. I used that to cope as a coping mechanism. I was an addict. Yes. No one taught me how to handle my fucked up emotions when I did not feel good. So at an early age, around 12 or 13, I learned how to use weed, sex, and alcohol to cope with my emotions. How did weed, sex, and alcohol make me feel when I was under the influence? When I was under the influence, I felt invincible. I felt confident. I felt powerful. I felt secure in my skin. All my weak thoughts vanished. Validation vanished. I wanted to be well known. I wanted to be popular. I think I suffered also from a short man complex because I had the type of personality that I would challenge the bigger guy, the biggest guy. I wanted people to fear and respect me because I didn't respect myself. Someone once said that hurt people hurt people, and that was me. I turned out to be a criminal. I wanted to be like the guys in my neighborhood, the older guys. I wanted the women. I wanted the jewelry. I wanted to be flamboyant. I thought that these things gave me power, but they did not. I thought that these things would give me a sense of identity to make me strong, and people would accept me and love me, but they didn't. It was all fake. It was. And through these addictions, I had children. Because you can't be addicted to sex and not eventually have a baby. You probably already know that. Sometimes I will have awakening moments that my life needed to change. But I guess it wasn't time for it to change because I was in so much pain. Them experiences of being an addict, using sex, drugs, and alcohol to feel good and numb the pain, and creating a false sense of security and identity and seeking other people's validation, it brought me to my knees. And being raised in the streets of Baltimore, I only had two options to go, either in prison or in the grave. Unfortunately, but yet fortunately, prison was my plight. I'll get into that in another video. But through these truths, through these challenges, it brought me to my truth today. I'm still here. Most of my friends, perhaps all of them, just a very few, are either locked up. I have a video in my phone that I might share one day of my friend. He was locked up for 27 years. He come home and only been home for 6 months. Get in an accident, get pulled over, had a gun on him, decided to run, did not drop the gun, and the police killed him. I have another friend, we was as tight as glue. Gone. I got another friend, been locked up for 20 years on their way home. But I have some other friends also, by the way, some positive friends, because my experience molded me and shaped me. My experiences of the past. Sometimes I don't want to talk about my past. I usually don't tell people about my past because I don't want them to judge me. But my past made me who I am today. And I just have to share this with the world and get it out. One person will like this video. This message is not for everyone because everyone want to pretend and act like that they're not in pain. My pain made me softer. It made me wiser, more present, and eventually I became powerful. I wouldn't be here talking to you today without them wounds of addiction, lying. I was a master cheater. Cheated in 99.9% of my relationships. And my mother used to always say, if you lie, you cheat. If you cheat, you steal. Yes, I've been guilty of abusing women, mistrust. I've been guilty of manipulating women, seeking heaven between a woman's legs, seeking heaven with rolling up a blunt, seeking heaven with the bottle, because I was so pained up. And you, watching this video, you're probably pained up also. If you are, know this. You're not alone. You are not alone. And you're not broken. You're being cracked open so something greater can come through you. So take a deep breath. Place your hands on your heart. And repeat after me. My pain has a purpose. My story is sacred. I am healing. I am whole. Let's say that again. My pain has a purpose. My story is sacred. I am healing. I am whole. In closing, thank you for being here. If this message spoke to your soul, leave a comment below. Tell me what wounds you're ready to heal. Or simply just say, I'm ready. You're just taking the first step, and I'm honored to walk this path with you. Until next time, stay open, stay tender, and remember, your healing is your power.